Yeah, Neeraj, you should have called me, no? Because I saw the message now. Students are also they are not joining in time also. Now I am starting and now I won't allow anyone. Neeraj, you should have called me, no? That there was a power failure and prepone the lecture.
So that Jawahar sir told me just to inform you, so I texted you. I even texted him that you haven't responded. So sir told that even he has texted you and you haven't responded him yet. So sir told it's okay
Because why
now.
no? I
Now only 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes are left, so let it be.
okay. Because usually I am not continuously on the WhatsApp, no. So in case if something is urgent, no, you can always call me. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है,
Next
हाँ?
time I will call you.
Yeah, we'll continue next time. Okay, so we had stopped here and we'll continue with the miscellaneous functions. So we have finished the G codes, the important G codes. Now let's understand miscellaneous codes. So M stands for miscellaneous codes. And what are those miscellaneous codes? Those are your spindle start, spindle stop. These are your miscellaneous codes and so on. Now can size is very important from examination point of view. Usually the question which is asked is, what are the uses of can cycle? Why can cycle is preferred? And describe any one can cycle. So whenever some repeated programming instructions needs to be given, repeated programming instructions, like say drilling, or counter bore or rimming. Suppose if you want to drill 10 holes or 15 holes, if you want to same holes you have to do pilot drilling first, then, or sorry, first center drilling, then pilot drilling, then followed by countersunk, then reaming, or maybe tapping. So in these cases, the instructions are repeated. And if it is, if you're going to write, and if there are suppose 10 holes, and say 7 or 8 repetitive operations is to be done, then you have to write the same program for 7 times. And suppose if the one program has say 10 lines, then it will be 10 into 7, 70 lines of instructions. So it takes time as well as it takes space also. So in such case, you can always go for CAN cycle. So any repetitive informations can be programmed by CAN cycle. So it reduces the programming time and efforts, and it can be brought into action with just single command, like say there are different CAN cycle, like say G81, G82, G83, G84. G81 is center drilling cycle, G82 is spot drilling, G83 is peg drilling cycle, G84 is tapping cycle, G85 is reaming cycle, G86 is boring cycle, G87 is back boring cycle. So some 8 to 9 CAN cycles are there, which are very important from examination point of view. So as I said, it is used for repetitive and commonly used machining operations. It can be stored under G code like G81 to G89. uh, And remember, once you call the CAN cycle, then you need to cancel it also. Otherwise, it remains active. That's why it is called as the. So for the cancellation, we have G80. For the cancellation, we have G80 code. So before we go for miscellaneous code, like there are only few miscellaneous codes. Before that, I want to complete this scan cycle. So few miscellaneous code means like spindle start, that is spindle clockwise. It is very simple. Like suppose if you give M03, if you give M03, then spindle will start clockwise. If you give M04, then spindle will start counterclockwise. Then M05, M05 spindle stop. You want to whenever you want to stop the spindle, M05. 3 हो गया. Then you have M06. M06 is for the tool change. Then you have M08, that is for the coolant on. Then you have M09, that is for the coolant off. So these 6 important codes. And then M01, that is optional stop, that is 7. And then M30. M30 is like your reset and rewind or program stop. So 8 only, not many. And these are simple also. These codes are simple also. Alright. So this shows the operation sequence of a typical
So
CAN
your
cycle.
screen is not visible.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Just a
sir.
minute. Then, okay, let me see what happened. I'm just going on telling only. Let me see. Immediately, you should have told. Immediately means within 1 or 2 moment I start speaking. No, within 1 or 2 minutes you have to inform because there is a lag. But the lag is definitely not more than 1 minute. Now is it visible? Hello, is it
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So G94. I'll just brush up again. G94 is G95. We have covered up.
So your voice is
And
breaking.
yeah. this is M course, that is miscellaneous course, and there are very few miscellaneous codes. So many times it is asked, what is the difference between G codes and M codes? So G codes are many, M codes are
So your voice is breaking.
very few. Still breaking, still breaking.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Is it okay now? Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello. Yeah. So the difference between G code and M code. So G codes are called as the preparatory code for 2 marks. Then M codes are called as the miscellaneous code. Then there are very few M codes and G codes are many. So you can use the example also like G01 is for linear interpolation, M01 is for optional stop, and so on. So as I told, there are some 8 to 10 miscellaneous codes which are important. Here now for the spindle start, we have M03, and for the spindle stop, we have M05. Again, spindle start can be clockwise and anti-clockwise. So M03 is for clockwise, M05 is for anti-clockwise. Then as I said, CAN cycles are used for repetitive instructions. Just now I gave an example, like suppose if there are 70 instructions, then with the help of a CAN cycle, you can reduce your program to just 5 or 6 lines. So that is the beauty of CAN cycle. Again, it is important from examination point of view. What is CAN cycle? Give an example of CAN cycle. What are the advantages of CAN cycle? So like that questions can be asked. And the CAN cycles need to be cancelled. Once you call upon the CAN cycle, then at the end you need to cancel the CAN cycle. Otherwise it remains active. And that's why it is called as the model code. Model code means it remains active unless and until it is changed by some other code. So this is why I told you that it is repetitive, and generally it is G81 to G89. That's what I told, and G80 is used for cancellation of the CAN cycle. Now typical we were here. Typical CAN cycle looks like this. Alright. So you have initial level, that is you position your axis X and Y. Then let's say this is a drill. Okay, so you are positioning a drill and you want to do the drilling like this way. This is a hole to be drilled. Okay, so you position your drill. Okay, then from this point to this point, that is dotted line. Just look, this is a dotted line. So this is for the R level. So you are positioning your drill, say let's say 50 mm up above the workpiece, 50 from the reference point. So reference point is say somewhere here the reference point is, that is machine 0 point or reference point or home position. Let's say it is somewhere here. So from there you are bringing the tool in rapid 50 mm up. That is what is for the initial level. Why you are bringing it up 50 mm up? Because on the workpiece there may be some obstacles like clamps. Workpiece may be clamped. It, there may be clamp in the center, and there may be clamp at the sides also on the top of the workpiece. And on the clamp, that is, if you remember strap clamp, on the strap clamp there will be a nut. So above the workpiece there will be an obstacle of this clamp, which will amount to around say 30 to 35 mm thickness. So that's why you have to bring the drill or tool safely, and 50 mm is just nice. Then now the tool is at 50 mm, but my drilling is say 5 mm, so I cannot start my drilling right from the 50 mm. Okay, and obviously there will not be any clamp above the drill because we have to do the drilling. The clamp will be somewhere aside. But why we are positioning at 50 mm? Because when the drill is traveling from one hole to other hole, there may be clamp in between. So it should not hit that clamp. So that's why we position the drill at 50 mm. Once the drilling is done, then again we have to position the drill at 50 mm up, and then only it will go to the second hole. Then second hole drilling is done, then again you have to lift the drill 50 mm up, then it goes to third hole. So when it is traveling from one hole to other hole to the third hole, you have to be safe, isn't it? That there could be obstacles in terms of clamps. So in order to avoid that clashing, we are lifting it 50 mm. But now you cannot start right from 50 mm. You cannot start drilling in feed because then it will take time, isn't it? So what we do again from 50 mm. Now the drill is positioned on the hole, isn't it? It is exactly above the hole. So in Z direction, we move the drill right 2 mm above the workpiece in rapid. So the machining time is saved. So 2 mm तक see, this is what is your workpiece is. This line, it shows the face, the top face of the workpiece. तो उसके ऊपर 2 mm. See, initially it is 50 mm up. Then from here you bring it down rapidly 2 mm. And then from here it goes slowly in feed. That is whatever feed rate you have programmed, zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.2 millimeter revolution. Alright. So 2, that is point operation number 2, that is rapid traverse up to point R level, that is from here to here, R level. Then operation number 3. What is operation number 3? It is hole machining. It can be drilling, it can be reaming, it can be tapping, it can be boring, it can be back boring. See, boring means there are two types. One is straight boring and another is back boring. Back boring means straight boring means like you position your boring tool here and then you start doing the boring. Back boring means you have to position the boring tool at the back of the workpiece, that is here down, and then you have to do the boring, that is from the down to top. That is what is called as the back boring. And for back boring, G87 is the code. Generally, nobody uses back boring, but yes, in certain circumstances, back boring is useful. That I will tell you. Like suppose if you want to do the spot facing from the backside, suppose if you want to do spot facing means it is a kind of a counter bore operation. Then what you have to do? You have to turn the component, isn't it? But if the back boring option is there, then you can very well do uh, with the back boring side. No need to turn the component. So it saves your one setting. So in the same setting, you can do the spot facing from the other side of the workpiece. Then operation number 4, that is at the bottom of the hole. That is, as I said, it can be spot facing or it can be dwell also. Sometimes we call for the dwell. Dwell means axis motion will be stopped. Whereas the tool will keep on rotating so that you will get a good finish. Then operation number 5, that is shown here. Operation number 5 is shown here. So see, dotted line means rapid movement. Dotted line means rapid movement. And this straight line means it's a feed movement. Feed movement. So this is what is your so drill is retracted rapidly. That is what is operation 5. And then operation number 6, that is it is again retracted to its initial level, which is at 50 mm. So this is at 2 mm and this is at 50 mm. Why? Because they will be like when it is moving. Why we are moving it to 50 mm? Because this is a workpiece ka face. In between there will be clamp here. ऐसा clamp हो सकता है. So if you are moving rapidly, the drill from this to the next hole at 2 mm up above the workpiece surface, then definitely it will dash the clamp. So that's why it is always better to lift at a safe position. And since we are moving in rapidly, the time is not wasted. Time is not wasted much. Now here you have to remember, in certain can cycles, the tool is retracted rapidly. Like in case of drilling, the tool is retracted rapidly up. But in certain operation, you cannot retract the drill or tool rapidly. For example, reaming. In reaming, if you lift the reamer rapidly, then it may spoil the finish. It may, or definitely it will spoil the finish, the whole finish. Or boring or tapping. So tapping may, it has to be lifted in feed only, because tapping means generation of the thread, isn't it? So there is no way that tapping can be lifted up, or the tap can be lifted rapidly up. So that's why there is a need of different cycles. In one cycle you cannot take care of this. Like in case of tapping, the tap has to move equal to the pitch. So in G81 it is not possible. Then in G8, sometimes if you want to do spot facing, that is counter bore, so that time you need to have a good seat. So you need to have a dwell. So that dwell is not possible in G81. So that is given in G82. Then G83 is a peg drilling cycle. Peg drilling means it will go inside, it will come up, again go inside, come up. So that is not possible in G81. So different cycles are designed as per different requirements of reaming, tapping, boring, peg drilling, and hence it cannot be done as the applications or as the requirements are different. It cannot be done only in one cycle. So G81 is used for, generally used for center drilling. It can be used for drilling also, but wherever the depth is not more, that time you use G81. Just have a look on this and try to understand the difference between this G98 and G91 in the diagram. I don't know how many of you have noticed the difference between this G81, G98 and G99. G81 is a drilling cycle uh, generally used for center drilling or where the depth is not much. Now, if you use G98 along with the G81, hmm, then the drill will retract rapidly directly from the final depth to the initial position, that is this. And if you use G99, then the drill will be lifted up to this position. Okay. Let's say I'll give an example. Let's say this is Z0. This is workpiece in which you are going to drill a hole. Let us say the depth of the hole is say 10 mm. So this is Z0. This is Z0. This point is Z minus 10 because it is below this Z minus 10. Let us say this is 2 mm up above the surface, because you cannot take drill rapidly at Z0. Z0 may it will bang and the drill will break. So at the same time you cannot start from Z50, because it will take time. So that's why this is say 2 mm. Generally we take 2 mm, that is sufficient, and this is 50 mm. I told you the purpose of 50 mm. Purpose of 50 mm is to avoid the clashing with the clamp. So here in this case, moment the drill reaches Z minus 10, it will be lifted in rapid. It will retract rapidly to Z50 position. Okay. And in case of G99, the drill will initially retract to Z2, Z2, and from here only it will go to the next hole. So here you have to be careful. That is, you have to be careful means uh, because of the G81 cycle and G99 code, it is going to retract rapidly up to Z2. Fine. So when you are moving to the next hole, you have to be careful that you have to lift again to Z50 and then only move to the next hole. So if you are using G99, you have to be careful. So it is always safe to use G98 to use G. And the accidents has happened, because of the programmers are fresh. Accident has happened. They did not know. They have not noticed this. That's why I'm telling again and again. So because the workpiece, you cannot just keep it on the table, isn't it? So a workpiece having say 10 holes to be drilled, or suppose a mold plate, uh, it will have many holes, isn't it? Guidable ka 4 holes and article ka holes. So that time there will be 5 to 6 clamps, or minimum 4 clamps so rahega hi on the top. So the drill should move rapidly at a distance of 50 mm above the surface. Otherwise, it is going to dash, and unnecessarily the drill will break. Now the format of the G81. So format of the G81 cycle is you have to give the position of the drill hole to be drilled, that is x coordinate and y coordinate. Then you have to give the depth, how much depth you want to go, and then R is nothing but that is the rapid positioning. I have been telling you that Z2, that is R2 means it will come rapidly above the surface of the workpiece 2 mm up, whatever you are writing here. Suppose if you write here 5 mm, then it will come rapidly till 5 mm. Then from that 5 mm, it will go in feed. So suppose if you are given Z minus 10 and if R is 5, so what will be the feed motion? That is slow motion 10 plus 5, 15 mm. If R is 2, then 10 plus 2, the feed motion will be 12. So why this is required? Because when you are calculating machining time, there will be numerical. When you are calculating the machining time, we normally consider feed movement and other movements, rapid movement, we just multiply by 15%. We increase the machining time by 15% just to take care of rapid movements. Alright. So if I give R as say 5, then my machining length will be 5 plus 10, that is 15. If I give this as 0, R0, huh? So my machining hypothetical, R cannot be 0. But if I give it as 0, then my machining length, like somebody wants to save the time really, then my machining length will be 10 mm. Alright. And then feed F. A is a reserved for the programmer for additional, requirement in case of G81 cycle. But then generally this is not required. But in case suppose, in future suppose something is required in terms of dual or the then there is a provision made, but you can very well skip this. So you have to be remember this x, y, z, r, and f. So as I told, x and y the whole position data, z is the distance from the point r to the bottom of the hole. Now here there is some mistake. I'll tell you what is that mistake. Hmm. Uh, Now here the k is used for number of repeats. So how many times you want to repeat, alright? But you can skip this. This is something which is very advanced programming, and most of the controls don't have, only few controls they have number of repeat. And second thing is what I want to tell you here, z is shared as distance from point r to the bottom of the hole. Like suppose if you have position at r5, and if you want to do drilling 10 mm deep in the workpiece, alright, so you cannot give z as 10, but you have to give z as 15 mm. Okay, so this is called as the incremental programming. R5, and what is the final depth? 10. So 10 plus 5, 15 mm. But again, normally we don't give like this. We follow absolute. Alright. So you can very well say that z is distance from the program 0, that is Z0, where you have made the Z0. From that till where you are depth, where do you want depth? Hmm? So that is set. So Z minus 10. Because suppose now if you change, if you are using this incremental method, and initially suppose R is 2 and I want drill to go 10 mm. So my Z will be 12 minus 12. Now suppose if you change R to 5, okay, then you need to change this also. So you need to change Z to minus 15. If your Z is minus 12, then 12 minus 5. So you will get drilling depth as 7 mm and not 10 mm. So that's why you have to be careful, and that's why I've been telling that incremental programming is slightly difficult, hmm, slightly difficult, and mistakes may happen. Whereas if it is absolute, since you are already given Z minus 10 with respect to Z0, you don't have to bother whether R is 2 or 5 or 50. Huh? It is going to go down 10 mm in the workpiece in absolute. So how is the sequence? Tool is positioned to X and Y axis, then rapid traverse, that is up to point R, then drilling, that is from point R to point Z. If rapidly, if you are positioning at 50, R50, then from 50 it will move, slowly. So that's why we position till 2 mm above the surface. Hmm? And then you have to remember that tool is retracted. In case of drilling, the tool is retracted in rapid. That like means sometimes the question is asked, what is the difference between say G81 and G84? So you can say G81 is the drilling cycle, G84 is the tapping cycle. In G81, the tool is retracted or the drill is retracted rapidly. G84, tool is retracted in feed, like that. Hmm? Depending upon G98 and G99, it will be the point. The final point will be decided by G98 and G99. And as I said, G98 is always safe. So what are the important points? Since G81, you have to uh, specify the feed in G81. Since in G81 you have to specify the feed, you mu- you must rotate your spindle because feed is in millimeter per revolution. If there are no revolution, then it will show the error. So before you use G81 or before you use any cycle where feed rate is given in millimeter per revolution, remember, where the feed rate is given in millimeter per revolution, you have to start the spindle. You have to rotate the spindle because G81 just now we saw the syntax. There was a feed F in millimeter per revolution. So if you say F 0.2, so zero point 0.2 millimeter per revolution, and if the spindle is not rotating, so the control will look. What are the rotations of the spindle? What are the rotation of the spindle? But since you are not rotated the spindle, control will give the error. The spindle is not rotating. So you must rotate the spindle before you use G81. Again, important point is G81 need not be drilling. It can be used for boring also. It can be used for reaming also. Basically, it is what it is just taking your tool down. Understand? No? So depending upon application, you can decide. Understand? If you are using a tapping, then it will go in feed and it will move up and go in feed and tap will move up rapidly. Huh? So it is not going to serve the purpose of tapping, and that's why we go for a tapping cycle. You must specify R, hmm, that you know now very well, huh? Because it's a model. Huh? Then tool offsets are ignored in CAN cycle. You cannot give tool offsets in can cycle. So that's why you have to give tool offsets in the before you call the can cycle. Before you call the can cycle, you have to give the tool offset. Again, you cannot, in G81 whatever in the block. Suppose if you are written G81, then there you cannot write G03 or G00. G81 will follow as per the parameters which has been defined in its cycle, G81 cycle. These are the built-in cycles. These are the built-in cycle. G81, G82. These are the built-in cycle. Okay. So there is no provision of G00, G03. You don't have to give G00. Since the cycle is built like that, the programmer, he has built a cycle. That is, he has built a cycle using C plus. He has built in such a way that the drill will retract rapidly. The cycle has been built in such a way that it cannot do circular interpolation, that is G03. Obviously, because circular, why circular interpolation is required? Because we are going to do drilling. Then G82. This is called as the counter boring cycle, or it is also called as the spot boring cycle. Just have a look on this. If you want to note it down, you can note it down also. So the meaning of G98 and G99 remains the same as we discussed. So G98 and G98. So G98 means the tool will be retracted rapidly level, and G99 tool will be retracted up to point R. Okay, now what is the difference between G81 and G82? Important examination point of view. Okay, so this is the workpiece. This is the top face, that is Z0, the Z0. In G82, the drill goes down, okay, here, and then have you noticed this P, which was not there in G81? In G81, this P was not there. P means dwell. P means dwell. So there is one more additional parameter which you can define, that is for the dwell in the cycle itself. So moment the drilling is done or the counter boring is done, the axis motion will come to halt and drill will keep on rotating for the time which is specified against this P. So why it is for the counter boring cycle? Because in drilling we don't have to use dwell, because drilling as itself is not a finishing operation. So counter boring most of the times what happens, like you have drilled a hole and then you have a counter bore. Okay. Let us imagine a Allen cap screw. Allen cap screw everybody knows, isn't it? Allen cap screw. And you have a threaded hole. So the stick of the Allen cap screw or the hexagonal headed bolt If it is sitting inside the workpiece, that is, if the head is sitting inside the workpiece, then you need to have a counter bore, isn't it? As per the size of the head, as per the size of the head, you need to have a counter bore. Alright. Now, if the face is rough of the counter bore, then the bolt will not rest or sit properly. If it is rough or if it is teda, then bolt will not rest properly. So the bolt cannot be tightened also properly. So the bolt will not transmit the torque, you know, tightening torque, desired torque. So in order to have a counter bore and in order to have a good seat at the bottom, what we do, we dwell it. Like suppose here nobody uses a drill, so either you can use a step drill or you can use an end mill to do the counter boring. So counter boring, suppose if I want to do say now the drill I have done say 40 down, and in which I am doing a counter bore say 10 deep. So I will allow it to dwell so that I get a good seat at the bottom so that your bolt or the washer below the head can rest properly and the bolt can be tightened very nicely. So this is how you can, describe your G82 cycle. Question can be asked like, what could be the everywhere you will, everywhere you. Hello? Can you call me after 3 minutes or 11 minutes? Please over. Can you call me around 11 minutes? Yeah, so the format is X, Y, Z, R, P, F. Again, forget about this K, number of repeats. So same it is X and Y is nothing but the positioning, whole positioning. Z is the distance. Now here, distance from point R to the bottom of the hole. So it means here it is incremental. But normally we don't give incremental, we give absolute. Correct. So suppose if the seat or the counterboard depth is say 5 then you simply say Z minus 5. If you are using incremental, that is G91, then 5 plus R. If it is R is 2, then you have to give Z as minus 7. R everywhere in all the cycle, the meaning of R, X, Y, and Z remains the same. Even the meaning of F also remains the same. F stands for feet. So P is nothing but the dwell time at the bottom of the hole. So here you can give. Again, depending upon the control, the syntax is different. Like suppose if it is a Fanuc, then P2 means it will be dwell for 2 seconds. If it is, sorry, in case of Siemens, P2 means dwell of 2 seconds. In case of Fanuc, you have to write P2000, that is divided by 1000. Fanuc, you need to divide by 1000. So if you simply say 2, then it will be 2 milliseconds, 2 by 1000. So if you want 12 for 2 seconds, then you have to write there P2000. As I've been telling you, in Fanuc, you have to be very careful. If you say simply X, if you just write X2, and if you forgot to put decimal point after 2, then it will be considered as 2 micron. If you want that the control should consider 2 millimeter, then you must write 2 point. Either say 000 or simply say 2 point. That point is must. That point is must. 2 point. Then only Fanuc will consider it as equal to 2 mm. As equal to 2 mm. Otherwise, it will consider it as 2 micron. That is 0.002. That is in case of Fanuc. Then F is feed rate, cutting feed rate. Number of repeats. Generally, we avoid this K number of repeats. Let's see in advanced controls. So, operation sequence again simple. Tool is positioned to X and Y axis. And rapid towers. Only the difference is here. That is, tool remains idle uh, at the bottom for the period mentioned in P. Hmm. Whatever time you are given in P, for that much time the tool remains idle, and then it is retracted. Depending upon G98 and G99, the position will be determined. Some important points about counterpolling cycle. Again, same, that is, you have to rotate the spindle, hmm, specify R. hmm, You have to specify R in the block which perform the drilling. hmm. Again, tool offsets are ignored. Again, you cannot specify G codes like G00, G03, G02. uh. Now, what happens if the drill lengths are longer? If the drill lengths are longer, and in third year, by this time you are familiar, isn't it? Because you are exposed to machine shop practicals, then you are exposed to practicals. That is, suppose if you want to do this, then you cannot do the drilling at one go. You have to go 5 mm, then take the drill up, remove the chips, again go 10 mm, take it up, again go 15 mm, take it up, remove the chips. Remove the chips means what? With the help of a brush or with the help of a coolant, because of the coolant force. What happens, if you're going down, 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 and if a chip doesn't come, because there's a coolant which is coming from top, the coolant is trying to press the chips down. Uh, yes, the chips are coming through the floats, but if there is improper synchronization between the feed and the chips which are coming out, then it will break immediately. So that's why pecking, woodpecker, sutar pakshi. Sutar pakshi, how he pecks the tree. So same way you are doing pecking inside the workpiece. This is how it will look like, peck drilling cycle. This is the drill. This is your workpiece, Z0, this is your Z0. Hmm. So initial level at 50 mm just to take care of the clamps. Then R level just to reduce the machining time. So your positioning 2 mm up. Now when you use G83 cycle, what happens? You have to remember L by D ratio. Normally it is 4 mm, 4 times. Like suppose if we have 10 mm drill, then you should avoid going more than 40 mm. 4 times. 4 times. So usually L by D ratio is 4 times. So if it is 20 dia drill, then you can go till 80 mm drill. And always remember, before you do the drilling, then you have to have center drill, because suppose if you are using a drill of say diameter 10, huh? If you are using a drill of say diameter 10, and if the length is same 70, and if you are not done center drilling, what will happen? Can anybody tell? See, the drill is hold in a chuck or in a spindle. It is 70 mm long. So this is an example of a cantilever beam. Okay, there is no support here because we have not done any center drilling. So they'll behave like a cantilever beam, and under axial thrust, it will definitely go cross. Now suppose if you already done a center drilling are very short, isn't it? They are very short in length. So if you already done center, so center drill cannot go cross. Okay, and center drilling you have to do only 5 mm drill. So if you have done center drilling, then when this rest drill on that center drilled hole, then now it is no more cantilever. It is simply supported beam, which is supported at both the ends. At the top, in the spindle, at the bottom, in this hole which is center drill. So there is no way that it will go out. So it will follow that path only. So that's why, especially you have to be careful. When the drills are longer, you must do center drilling prior to drilling. Hmm? So now what happens in peg drilling? Look here. So I have a drill positioned here, so it goes in feed. So this line means it is feed. Feed you understand means slowly. Again and again time. It's 0.1, 0.2 millimeter per revolution. Dotted means rapidly. Huh? This is just to save the time, machining time. So now when you are using peg drilling, so it goes down and you have specified Q in the format which I will show now. So it has gone down by Q, okay. Then it will retract, rapidly, rapidly. So that the chips will come out, isn't it? Chips will come out above the surface of the workpiece. Then immediately you can have coolant directed over here, or you can have air pipe, or you can have brush, to remove the chips. Then look, this is important. Now next time, next packing, when you do next packing, okay, it will not start in feed right from this point, because it has been already drilled up to a depth of Q. Okay, so let's say, see, the Q is, let's say, 10 mm. So in the next packing, the drill will move rapidly, not up to 10 mm, but it will move rapidly up to, say, 8 mm. Okay, 8 mm, and then that is little above the first peg. Peg, P-E-C-K, not peg, P-E-G. Hmm? I'm talking peg, P-E-C-K. So in the subsequent, in the second peg, it will just move right up to 2 mm above. So that is, if first Q is 10 mm, if it has gone to -10, then in the next peg, it will go down to Z -8 rapidly. And then from there it will go in feet. And then finally, again retract. Alright. Again G98 and G99. In G98, finally it will be lifted up. G99. So this,
Can we wind up?
is it time? Okay,
So it's
okay.
10:58 already.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just show you the G83 format. Okay, and then we can stop. So G83. So next time I'll start from G84. So it is same format is same, X Y and then Z, that is the depth, and then Q. Q is nothing but the distance, packing distance. How much you want to pack, 5 mm, 5 mm, 5 mm, and R and phi the same. Okay, J you ignore it. J you ignore. So whole position. So this remains the same. This remains the same. Abbreviations remain. So only, say, in G81 there was no dwell. In G82 there is a dwell. In G83 there is no dwell, but there is a packing distance Q. Okay. Uh, I just want to take, attendance. Just stay for a while, 2-3 minutes only. Just a minute. Where is the attendance? Just hang on a 2-3 minutes. I'll only take for that Aditya, Yash, and Shubham, because they're, yeah. Uh, now this, yeah. Aditya Chavan. Neeraj, you can tell me, if he is there. If he is not there, just not present.
So Aditya
Aditya
Chavan is
Chavan,
present. Present, present.
present. Okay. Just tell me quickly. Kamble, Aditya Kamble,
Present, sir.
absent. हा
Present, sir. Present.
Present, sir.
हा लेट मी हिअर कांबळे आवाज दे जरा जोरात.
Hello, sir.
हा
Present.
प्रेझेंट ना.
Yes, sir.
हा उंबालकर आदित्य उंबालकर
Absent, sir.
ऍबसेंट. आदित्य पंजाबी ऍबसेंट.
Yes, so present, present.
प्रेझेंट. ओके.
Yes.
आदित्य सावंत
So present.
present. You are absent for on third, no? I mean everybody was absent. Yeah. Otherwise, I think you are giving 100% attendance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then now I'll go to directly go to. You can see, because I cannot share this attendance. That day I had told, but you can just see if there is any discrepancy. You just let me know. Then Shubham is Shubham Nar and Shubham uh, Kaneria. Who is present? Shubham Nar
Present, sir.
and Shubham
Present,
Kaneria.
sir.
प्रेजेंट सर.
आवाज दोनों का सेम ही लग रहा है. प्रॉक्सी मत करो.
यस सर.
Sir, दोनों present है.
हाँ दोनों प्रेजेंट है ना. अच्छा आवाज सेम लगा दोनों का. अच्छा नाउ व्हाट अबाउट यश. यश कामले एंड यश
Present, sir.
राठौड़. यश कामले
Present,
आर यू
sir.
देयर.
Yes, sir.
यश राठौड़.
सर प्रेजेंट.
ओके
प्रेजेंट सर.
ओके
यश राठौड़.
या ओके. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Huh?
sir.
If you want to ask any doubts, you can ask doubt or otherwise you can leave. Thank you so much.
हाँ बोल दे.
क्या बोल दे. Alright then I'll stop the recording.